it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for the if he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? I mean, you got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going for
Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't.
Canelo. But Bud is one of the best adjusters in the game. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to affect the.
Errol Spence and Stephen A. Smith shared their thoughts on the upcoming Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence Crawford showdown. Spence said Crawford's move up in weight shows he understands his limits and is determined to chase greatness. He called the decision bold and admirable, expressing full support for Crawford taking on such a huge challenge. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith confidently predicted that Crawford will beat Canelo.
For Canelo, I mean, is this something that you could honestly think that should happen? There's weight classes for a reason.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for the if he fight Canelo.
You got Crawford over Bud? I mean, you got Crawford over Canelo? Sorry.
I'll be going for him. I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but I definitely be on Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off. Yeah. He's chasing greatness, so why not?
But don't you think maybe it's just he's reaching a little bit more than, or I guess biting more than he can chew because it's.
Canelo came up to 175 and that and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford?
Stephen A. Smith stressed that Crawford's tactics and skills are far superior to any of Canelo's recent opponents. He pointed out Crawford's adaptability in the ring and his ability to adjust under pressure. Smith made it clear he has no doubts and will stand firmly by his prediction of Crawford winning until September 13th.
For boxing.
Yeah,
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always
prepared.
He's always ready. He's always
that.
prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster.
The discussion around Terence Crawford moving up to face Canelo Alvarez often circles back to Errol Spence. Many fans argue that Crawford's dominant win over Spence proves he's ready for another major challenge. But others remind everyone that Canelo is a completely different fighter. While Spence was strong and accomplished, his style was more straightforward and less versatile than Canelo's. Canelo brings heavier hands, a sturdier frame, and years of experience against bigger opponents.
Canelo. That's why they think Crawford will do what he did to Spence. He would do to Canelo. And the funny thing is, how many of you guys you remember me saying Canelo will whoop Spence's ass? I was like, that shit wouldn't even be close. And the dumb shit is, they think that Spence is similar to Canelo. I ain't never seen two fighters more different than Spence and Canelo. But Spence worked behind the jab. Canelo, not so much. Spence is southpaw. Canelo, not at all. Spence had a textbook defense. You were sideways. Canelo more forward with the earmuff, with the catch and shoot. Spence, hardly any head movement. He blocks and he breaks you down like a tank. Canelo, from waist up, his hand movements is incredible. I never seen fighters more different than Spence and Canelo.
Comparing Spence to Canelo can be misleading since they fight in different weight classes and possess distinct skill sets. Showbiz points out that while Crawford's win over Spence was impressive, it doesn't guarantee the same outcome against Canelo. The Mexican star has already proven himself against multiple elite opponents, and Crawford now faces challenges Spence never presented. This difference is what makes the upcoming fight so compelling. It's not a continuation of the Spence-Crawford rivalry, but an entirely new test.
See Crawford knocking Canelo out. If Canelo lets Crawford get away with boxing, he may have a shot. If Canelo comes in there and boxes and cut the ring, Canelo has a chance of knocking Crawford out.
What?
Yeah.
You said Canelo got a shot at knocking Crawford out?
I think he does.
Wow.
Remember, Crawford coming up for 135. And I don't know if y'all remember when he fought Gamboa. Gamboa rocked him a little bit too. And we talk about Canelo Alvarez.
That was a long time ago if we gonna do that. Canelo got rocked by Jose Miguel Cotto.
I didn't know that. But on the real, Canelo has faced a bigger opposition. He's faced a bigger and a harder punchers. Who has Crawford faced that's a big puncher? Canelo's taking more hard punches than Crawford. The tail of the tape is going to be if Crawford can take the power from Canelo and can Canelo box with Crawford and potentially hurt him and finish.
Zab Judah weighed in on Canelo Alvarez bringing Jaron "Boots" Ennis into camp as a sparring partner. He believes this will give Canelo valuable preparation since Ennis is one of the most dynamic fighters at welterweight. Sparring with him allows Canelo to experience the kind of speed and movement Crawford brings. Still, Judah made an important distinction: Ennis and Crawford are not the same. Boots relies on explosiveness, fast combinations, and an aggressive style, while Crawford operates with a unique rhythm.
It makes a difference in being able to see a lot more punches coming at you, a bigger guy throwing a lot more, sharper and volume of punches. Yeah, that makes it a little difference. But, still Crawford is still a different technical fighter than Boots is. You know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of technician. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a right there, in your face, take away and counter, lock up, counter. You know what I'm saying? Which Boots is, whack, out of there, out of there, boom, 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 out of there. You know what I'm saying? A different kind of fight.
He switches stances seamlessly, manages distance with precision, and sets traps for his opponents. Judah noted that while Canelo will benefit from sparring with Ennis, it doesn't guarantee he'll be ready for Crawford's more cerebral style. In short, the sessions may sharpen Canelo, but they can't fully mirror the puzzle Crawford presents in the ring. Judah's remarks highlight that sparring partners can offer insight, but nothing substitutes the pressure of facing the real opponent on fight night.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense they work with him, but you know what I'm saying, will it make a difference in the fight? I don't know. I just think that it'll get Canelo more used to younger guys, faster hands, you know what I'm saying, coming at him like that. Is he still going to be able to deal with the different technical moves that Crawford is going to do to him?
Oscar de la Hoya offered a balanced view of the matchup. He recalled how Terence Crawford once struggled against Yuri Ortiz Gamboa early in his career, showing that even great fighters can be tested by smaller but skilled opponents. De la Hoya noted that if Crawford had difficulty there, then facing Canelo, who is bigger, stronger, and more powerful, could present an even greater challenge. Still, he didn't dismiss Crawford's abilities, recognizing him as one of the most technically sound fighters today, with exceptional timing, sharp counterpunching, and tactical adaptability.
Do you feel that Terence has a shot in beating Canelo Alvarez?
That's the million-dollar question. When I watched Terence Crawford get rattled and rocked by Ortiz Gamboa, who's a natural 30-pounder, that to me is going to be a huge problem when he gets hit by Canelo. So he fights at 175. He's fighting these big monsters. Yeah. He's not getting rattled at all. No. Berlanga's a big kid. So it makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork. which Canelo.
What makes the fight so compelling, De La Hoya explained, is the clash between Canelo's size and power and Crawford's skill and ring IQ. He admitted it's extremely difficult to predict the outcome, as both possess strengths that could decide the fight. De La Hoya's uncertainty underscores the high stakes and unpredictability that make this matchup so captivating for the boxing world.
With Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem, and Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't
a
you
lot
think
of
Canelo's a better fighter than he was then? Today?
a better fight. Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet.
Obviously, Canelo has the power to hurt anyone.
In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure, and the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know, and he doesn't run. And he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart.
Sean Porter broke down Canelo's decision to bring Jaron "Boots" Ennis into camp, calling it a smart move. He compared it to when Sebastian Fundora used Mike Fox as a sparring partner to prepare for specific styles. In this case, Boots is considered the closest replica to Terence Crawford. While not identical, his explosiveness, quick feet, and sharp angles give Canelo a chance to prepare for similar challenges. Porter emphasized that this preparation is crucial because Crawford is unlike most opponents. He shifts gears mid-fight, adapts seamlessly, and capitalizes on mistakes instantly.
Got me a little concerned about my boy because this dude right here is the goods, has the ability to do a lot of what Canelo's gonna see on fight night, and all he needs is a couple of reps of seeing it. And you know, it's not often you can find someone who can duplicate the guy that you're getting in the ring with. Who the hell did you spar with to get ready for Fundora?
Actually, yeah, the homie Mike Fox.
Mike Fox. Everybody use Mike Fox. Goddamn, Mike.
He gets
beat up for Fundora.
Having Ennis in the gym forces Canelo to stay sharp and adjust in real time, just as he'll need to on fight night. Porter believes this approach will give Canelo a better read on Crawford's movement patterns, even if it can't fully capture the unpredictability of the actual fight. The true value is in sharpening Canelo's reflexes and ensuring he won't be caught off guard when Crawford begins shifting momentum.
Because I'm the one that I think first called him, you know, for the Fundora fight. And he says like, man, ever since that, and you went and knocked him out, like, he's like, as long as Fundora is fighting people, I got work. Like,
Yeah.
Nah, and but like to that point, the fact that Canelo even brought in Boots, even if they're like doing it for the cameras and they're going 50%, I don't even care. The fact that he's calling him in shows that he's not just phoning it in. This isn't for the check, because Canelo's done. He's about to do this and dip out. If you bring in someone like that, where you're really trying to bring in tough sparring for the look for your fight, Canelo's, he's really gonna be in there to win it.
Here's the disclaimer: you're not bringing in a friend. I went out to Philly to interview Boots, and I told him, yeah, I'll get in the ring with you and do a couple of rounds. And he worked accordingly, but I could see in his eyes.
Another layer to the fight lies in its racial and cultural undertones. Some observers note that the promotion has become more than just a sporting contest, with narratives of Mexico versus African American fighters dominating discussions. Tensions rose further when Canelo brought in Jaron Ennis for sparring, prompting Coach Reg to explain that critics saw it as fueling the perception of rivalry. His analysis shows how boxing often mirrors broader societal tensions, with fans projecting their identities onto fighters. Still, he cautioned that framing the fight purely through race risks overshadowing the technical brilliance both men bring to the ring.
It became a racial fight. It became blacks against the Mexicans. It wasn't like that a few weeks ago.
Definitely wasn't. I didn't hear nothing about race. I heard more so about size and weight class and, you know, resumes, etc.
Right. And, I mean, that's just what that's what it came to. I mean, people can deny it all they want, but realistically, like, that's what it came to. It's a racial fight. Blacks against the Mexicans. That's what it came down to. You know what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of people are mad that, you know, Boots is sparring Canelo. Because it's like, oh, he's helping him out. You know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, what Bud had turned the camp down. What he had stopped the money.
In his view, Crawford and Canelo are not fighting to prove cultural superiority but to cement their legacies in boxing. Still, Coach Reg admitted the cultural element can't be ignored. National pride and identity have long shaped the sport, from Ali versus Frazier to Chavez versus Taylor. with fan bases often dividing along cultural lines. In this fight, both the Mexican and African American communities are rallying behind their champions, adding another layer of passion to an already high-stakes showdown.
It's the spawn, you know, Canelo. But Bud is one of the best adjusters in the game. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to affect the spawn. And I don't think, you know, Boots did it with, you know, intentions of going against Bud. I mean, it just spawn. He probably wants some elite spawn, and you know, that's what happened.
What does he gain out of this?
Boots?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say notoriety because a lot of people already know who Boots is. But it's a good experience. You know what I'm saying? Like going, you know, getting the spawn with a legend like Canelo.
Some critics highlight Canelo's performance against John Ryder, nicknamed Skull by fans, as proof he could struggle with Crawford. In that fight, Canelo wasn't as dominant as expected, and Ryder gave him tough moments. But those critiques often ignore context. Ryder was naturally bigger than Crawford and brought a level of physicality Crawford doesn't have. Even so, Canelo outboxed him and won convincingly. This shows that while Canelo doesn't always overwhelm opponents, he adapts and finds ways to beat strong, determined challengers. Comparing that fight to Crawford is misleading, since the size and style dynamics are completely different.
This is what scares me going into this Terrence Crawford fight. These are the guys Canelo's typically fighting. This is his last opponent, William Skull. William Skull is far from a great opponent. When we're talking about sheer size and strength, Canelo is just way more built and used to taking on larger guys and overpowering them. Look at William Skull. This guy is jacked. He's huge, man. And that makes me think, like, if Canelo has been taking punches from guys like this, I'm not saying William Skull in particular, but guys like William Skull, the size of William Skull, and he's been dropping them, stopping them, beating them around the ring, overpowering, over-muscling, just everything, physically demanding over them. That makes me think, man, Terrence Crawford, I don't know what, you gonna have to come with some heat, dog.
Crawford won't have the same physical advantages Ryder did, which could allow Canelo to impose his power and pace more comfortably. This perspective shows that underestimating Canelo based on the Ryder fight is a mistake, as he has consistently proven his ability to find ways to win even when the fights get tough.
William Skull, there's nothing cut about him, there's nothing popping out, bulging, there's nothing. Look at this is insanity. That's what I'm really like, dude, I don't know. Canelo could go in there and walk through Terrence Crawford like a hot knife through butter. That is definitely on the table here. He gonna have to be really crafty, really savvy, and have to put on some amazing work from the outside. If he tries to sit there and walk through Canelo, he gonna hit a brick wall, dog. If guys built like this ain't walking through Canelo, even when Canelo looks like this, Terrence Crawford ain't doing it, man. I gotta be honest.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more. Until next time.